Okay, so I actually think that this is a good question. Yes, I recognized her right away, and I was like, yes, lovely personality. The way she walks, talks, carries herself, even like the way that she like moves her hands, the way she talks, like everything is spot on from who she was when I was friends with her. You know, people don't change that much. And when I showed my sister, because I was like, dude, can you believe this? Like, oh my God, I'm showing her. And the first thing that comes out of my sister's mouth is, well, she still has that complainy personality, or she's still very complainy. She said something like that. And I was like, oh my God, you're so right. And like my sister was like, ugh, like she was like, I can't even listen to this. Like there's a reason we stopped being friends with her. Like, and then I like show her like the scandals and everything, and this very serious accusations, and then seeing actual stuff for ourselves, like locking her child, all these horrible things we all know. And if not, go look, because she put it all out there, which is also like the sickest part about I think all of this is like she watched it and was like, yes, post. So yeah, but I'm glad she did. You know, all the evidence is there. So yeah, I'm standing on what the fuck I say, because I'm not someone that just opens my mouth when I don't know shit. Okay, so let's start there. But yeah, there was different times too, like where she would pick on her younger siblings. She was the second oldest, and she would pick on her siblings. That's normal, right? I think I'm the youngest sibling, so I don't know. I always wanted younger siblings and everything like that. There was a few different times I actually intervened, because she would be really mean to them and exclude them and stuff. And I was like, no, dude, it's fine. Like, they can join. Like, I really don't mind. And she's like, well, I don't want them to, or whatever. And I'd be like, well, it's fine. Like, I'm like a guest in their house. Like, I don't want to cause any problems, like whatever. And I usually could reason with her. And that's why our friendship lasted so long, because I was someone that could reason with her. And that's a skill that I have with a lot of different people and stuff, not just Hannah. But I remember her mom even thanked me at one point and believed that I was a positive friend for her and was making a positive impact on her and wanted me to stay being friends with her. And I genuinely believe that this girl does need just better friends and a support system to help her get the help that she needs. I don't know, but like I know, I don't want to say too much, but like I know her parents were trying to make sure that her emotional needs were met and things were being taken care of, because again, this has been an issue that she struggled with her whole life. And it did get worse and worse again as we entered high school. She went to private school from elementary to middle, and I was always in public school. I was excited for high school, whatever, but it was a very different experience for her. She had a hard time with. So like I had tried to like introduce her to like other kids and stuff that I was friends with, and it really didn't work, because a lot of people didn't like her, and it's sad, but it was because she was so negative and very judgmental, and she would say little mean digs at people, like right away when she would meet them and stuff. So it made my job really hard trying to get her other friends and stuff. I remember like one friend specifically was like, I will not be friends with her. I don't like her. And I was like, why? Like, and stuff. And she was like, what do you mean, why? She's like a bitch. And I was like, well, she's really nice, I promise, just give her time, you know, she's just like that, like, you know, I'd like make little excuses. But like even my brother didn't like her, because like the first time she came over to my house, she like walked up right behind my brother, didn't say hi or anything, and my brother was playing a Lord of the Rings game, and she was like, what's that? And he like goes into depth, explains it, whatever, and then she like, it looks stupid, and he was like, turns around and was like, bitch, who are you? Just like, who are you? Like, you're in my house, like, why are you coming at me and stuff? And yeah, and I got super nervous, because I was like, oh God, like, I'm never gonna be able to have this girl over again, like, because my parents raised us very strict, and so like when you come over to someone's house, like, you're very respectful. It's, you know, Mr. Mrs., like, for the parents, and like, you know, you never walk into the master bedroom, you never do, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was like little things that like my parents would always make sure we knew, and we were just like very careful, like when you enter someone else's space. Anyways, so she just didn't have that kind of home training, and so that really pissed my brother off. But she didn't have that training like socially, like either, like outside of any house, like, you know, she would just kind of like say mean stuff, and it was like, and like anytime like we would, you know, like, you know, say we didn't like a person, they were mean to us or whatever, and everyone was like saying their 2 cents, she would always take it too far. It was always her that would take it too far. And even her her family would be like, rawr. Like, it was like a thing that they would always say, like, they'd be like, rawr, Hannah, like, geez, like, like, that's too far, or whatever. And then she'd be like, oh, ha, like, kind of, like, laugh it off or whatever. But even then, like, her family didn't, like, really check her, you know what I mean? Like, I got checked in my family, okay? Youngest of 6, 3 older brothers, I got checked. So I knew when I was saying, you know, something out of pocket, goddamn, this damn hair. Anyways, so yeah, just kind of trying to paint a picture there. And like the thing with like the younger siblings, like I didn't think it was like too much of a red flag, except for the fact that like some of her younger siblings were quite a bit younger than her. So I was like, girl, how do you have beef with this guy? Like he's a toddler, like, you know what I mean? Like, but it wasn't like bad, like concerning bad, like physical or anything like that. And that's why it's like I feel like she definitely has gotten worse, because like I was talking to my sister about this too. Like I was like, I feel like if we were to go back when we were kids and watch like the video of her pulling out the chair and say it was someone else, she would be like, oh, fuck them, like what the hell. Like I feel like she would agree like that's messed up, and like you don't do that, you know. But then I see other videos of her when she's like just like eating and she's like ignoring her son, and it just reminds me of like kind of how she was like with her siblings and stuff. Just like it gives like annoyed older sister, you know. But yeah, like the things that are like more extreme, it's like, whoa, like you can even admit that that's dark, like, you know. So yeah, it's definitely gotten worse, but I definitely don't think like it should be blamed on postpartum depression, because I think that's insane. You don't abuse your child because you had depression, okay? So let's clear that up. You're unfit. If you're doing things or purposely like withholding stuff and giving your kid the scraps of your meal, you're not depressed. You're a bitch, okay? You're a bitch that became a bigger bitch, and now you're evil. Anyways, I ignored a lot of red flags for a long time in my life. I've been friends with some of the worst women in America, you know? So this is your sign. Cut off that friend. If you have a bad feeling about them or whatever, go ahead and exit, because this is a mess. And I think the postpartum depression conversation is important, but I definitely don't think that she should be the poster child of it.